What? I'm just asking one question.
What's
What's the problem? I'll ask a question. I'll ask a quick question.
What is your question?
So my question is, you mentioned
Do it over there, yeah. Go on.
you mentioned yeah, we could do 1-to-1 if you want.
Well, I don't.
We do 1v1.
You're right. No, later.
Yeah, we do one. He wants to.
There's no left and right. There's only right and wrong.
You were a young member.
That's where we are
If I
today.
invited you to speak, you wouldn't want to speak.
Bolshevikism is international Zionism. He
Would
won't
you
agree
speak?
but
But would you condemn the
of
United
course, the Zionists are just a
Yes.
Good idea to have it.
Yes, we'll just be 2 minutes. 2 minutes. It's just
Right, I've got to announce that Friedrich
just your take on Zionism, because you mentioned Zionism, and what I'm trying to understand is what do you mean by Zionism?
It's about world control,
Okay.
expanding to a greater Israel,
Okay.
and general control of the whole of the economy of the world. That's what it's about.
Okay.
And it's run by a small group.
Okay, so when you look at the contents of Islam and what they say about Israel, are you comfortable with some of the narratives?
Well, they say all sorts of things, but probably not. No, I mean, I don't know. You have to give an example.
Like, who would you say is the aggressor? Because when I look at
What's the aggressors? There's genocide happening in Gaza as we speak.
but the religious text of 1,400 years is saying kill the Jew behind the tree.
I don't know what that's saying, but
It's not, because the thing is you see.
that's irrelevant.
No, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. So that's how it ends, guys, all the time, you know. You know, when it comes to the actual material, when it actually comes to the material, they are like concerned, you know. We're not even concerned, to be fair. They're frustrated. But, you know, he literally walked away when asked the question, define Zionism. If you have a religious text that is 1,400 years old saying kill the Jew behind a tree, or even if we was to say maybe because the hadiths were written late, maybe 1,200, 1,100 years, that's still a long time to say kill the Jew behind a tree. And the animosity towards the Jews and the Christians is very, very clear in the religious text. So this kind of like sort of fear-mongering, I think is, you know, it is propaganda. And, you know, you have to look towards the way of the Islamic narrative, the Islamic attitude. Maybe you could even say the Islamic hatred or resentment, just like the Prophet of Islam, you know, Muhammad, the Muslim Prophet, had towards the Jewish people. So once again, you know, when confronted with the actual question, you know, when you actually ask them directly, you know, they walk away. So I think that's really it, really. I just hope that people start asking better questions of the other side rather than assuming Zionism. And you can't define Zionism. Why do you keep talking about Zionism? If you've got an issue with Israel and, you know, the Muslim Brotherhood versus the Muslim Brotherhood, then you should know what's in the Islamic text, because it's a good idea that you do know, because if once you see it, in a way you can't unsee it. So it is what it is, and yeah, hopefully we can use greater scrutiny to make sense of all of this. All right, take care, guys.
So at the end of the day, right, the Russians got to ask the Ukrainians